Hey folks, welcome to Puzzle Spoilers. Today we're taking a look at something pretty special. This is a Puzzle Spoilers original. It's called the 2-Minute Cube. I designed this back in early 2017, and this is the first time that I've shown it to the public. This is the only one that currently exists. It's a prototype. I conceptualized the design on paper, and I had someone help me do the coding. There's a printed circuit board behind this face of the cube. Let me walk you through the puzzle and tell you why it's called the 2-Minute Cube. The puzzle is powered by a single 9-volt battery, and it goes in that compartment there and is covered by this magnetic cover plate. This is the power button here to start the puzzle. You push that on and there's a LED in there to show you that it's on. Each of the 6 faces of the cube represents a different puzzle, and in order to solve the puzzle, you need to solve each of the 6 separate puzzles in 2 minutes or less. Once you solve a puzzle, the light on that face will illuminate. I have this face taped down here so that I could get back into the internals more easily. I had the box laser cut in wood by a company called Pinocchio. I'll now go through each of the 6 puzzles separately and show you how to solve it. The puzzle can be solved in any order, so you can pick a face and then go to another random face. You just have to solve them all in 2 minutes or less. Otherwise, all of the puzzles reset and all of the lights go off. I'm going to start with the solution to this side. There's a grid of 8 buttons here. These are press buttons, temporary press buttons. When you push the button and hold it down, this center LED illuminates, and when you let go, it goes off. And the same thing happens when you push any of these buttons. The solution to this side is that you have to push down 2 buttons simultaneously. Now, the 2 buttons that you have to push are randomized every time you turn the power off and power back on. So it could be those 2, it could be those 2, it could be those 2. 2 random buttons. It doesn't take too long to try all combinations. This face is solved by sound. You need to generate some sound into the holes here on this face, and then this LED will illuminate and you'll solve this face. This face has the battery compartment, but it also has a puzzle. The solution to this puzzle is light. There's a small light sensor behind this small hole, so you need to hold this up to a light bulb or shine a flashlight in there. This face has the power button, but it also has a puzzle. In order to solve this face, you need to shake the puzzle. There's an accelerometer sensor on the circuit board, and it needs to experience a certain amount of acceleration. Usually if you just shake it somewhat vigorously a couple of times, that will turn on. This face is interesting. It's the only face with no holes or no other items on it. In order to solve this face, you need to use a tool. So we need to go back to the side that has the battery and take off the battery compartment cover. Now you'll notice that the cover has 2 magnets on it, and there's actually a magnetic field sensor behind one of the spots here on this face. So you have to hold this magnet and put it in the right exact spot, and once it disrupts that magnetic field, this face will be solved and that light will turn on. And you need to hold on to this as a tool because we're going to use it in the solve for the final face. This face has 4 bolts, and you'll notice that there's a conductive copper strip there on the back of the battery compartment cover. And we're going to use this to create a circuit, and we need to check all 4 possible combinations. Only one will solve the puzzle on this side. And that's all there is to it. Once all 6 of those puzzles are solved, all of the lights will flash and the puzzle will make a beeping sound and then reset itself. Alright, I shut the lights off, and I'm going to go ahead and solve this so that you can see the LEDs a little bit better in the low light. So I turned the power on, and now once we solve the first puzzle, we'll have 2 minutes to solve the rest. So let's solve the one that takes the longest, which usually is this one with the buttons on it. So let's try all possible combinations here. There we go. And there's actually 2 different brightness levels there. It gets really bright once you solve it, so you know as you're pushing those buttons that you have solved it. Let's go ahead and solve this side. I'm going to hold this up to this light I have up here. See if that will solve this side. Yep. There we go. We've solved that. And now let's solve this side with the cover plate. We're going to take the magnet and move it around. There we go. Looks like the sensor was somewhere in that region. And let's solve this side with the copper strip. Let's try all combinations here. There we go. Took a couple tries to get it right on that strip. And let me yell into that. There we go. That's solved, and we just have one more puzzle to solve, and it's the accelerometer. Let's see, where is that? Here. Let's give it a good shake. And there we go. Puzzle has been solved. It beeps. And then we can reset it there by turning it back on. I think this could make a really interesting mass-produced electronic puzzle toy, and maybe even a whole line of electronic puzzle toys that are in the mechanical puzzle, sequential, discovery type puzzle universe. I think Rubik's and maybe some other large puzzle companies probably could figure out how to make this a little bit smaller, maybe a more interesting form factor. Probably it could run off of an internal lithium-ion rechargeable battery instead of a 9-volt. I have a concept for a 1-minute cube, which is a little simpler, and a 3-minute cube, which is a little more difficult. If you're interested in licensing this idea or discussing more about electronic puzzles, please let me know. If you found this video interesting, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. That's it for today, folks. I'll see you on the next video.